Hi, my name is David Wallimann, and in this video we're going to take a look at the Soar Delay by JST Tone. Before we get into sounds and just checking out the actual software, I think it would be beneficial to actually talk about what a tape delay is. Today we have it easy, but if we look back at the original delay, it was all mechanical. Basically, we had magnetic tapes. So this is not an actual delay tape. This is DTRS tape that I used when I recorded my first album. At the time, it was on magnetic tapes. It's a magnetic tape that is inside. There are two wheels that kind of spin so that the tape will be read by the machine that you're using. And that's how a delay used to work. Basically, you would feed a magnetic tape recorder your audio input, so a guitar, for example, a vocal, whatever, and you would record that on the magnetic tape. That tape would be played as it's being recorded. So you've got the tape going, and if this is the recording head, your tape is going through, you're recording the signal, and then the tape keeps rolling, and then it comes back through another head, and that's the play head, and it would play back whatever was recorded. And you could have multiple play heads so that you would have the delay play multiple times, and that's how it used to work. It was those really cool machines, those tape delay machines, and because it was all mechanical, because the actual magnetic tape is an actual physical thing, each time you record over that magnetic tape, well, the quality would be reduced a little bit. In the digital world, there is lossless quality, but in the analog world, when you record something over a magnetic tape over and over and over and over, there is a degradation of the quality of the signal. Even though it was due to something not working properly, because the tape would reduce in quality, well, that kind of created a sound of its own, and that's being reproduced today in the digital world. When you use a tape delay, you can set the quality of the repeats and make them degrade a little bit as they go. And because it was mechanical, also, sometimes not only the quality of the tape, but the machine itself would wear down. Sometimes the wheels would not spin as well as they should, and that created also some quality issues, often referred as the flutter, and that's that actual machine, the tape delay, the recorder and the player, that would just kind of lose in quality over time, and that you could hear that, and that can be reproduced too, often in tape delays. The plugin we're going to take a look at today aims to reproduce the physical properties of the original tape delay. This is a plugin by JST Tones, and it does it really well. Now, disclaimer, I've never used an actual tape delay, one of those original machines. And to be fair, I think most of the viewers will not have used the original machine. So we are approaching this kind of with a new ear, because I can't really compare it to the real deal. However, that's okay. I'm a strong believer that when you're using a device, whether it's a plug-in or an analog pedal or whatever, I think it's good to approach it with new ears. Not take the gear because it sounds exactly like the original thing, but just take it as it is, play with it. Knowing the history behind it will help you make better choices and more educated choices, but really approach this as a tool. And does this serve your music? Here it is, the Soar Delay. The cool thing with this is that even though this emulates an old school mechanical type of delay, we can still use some of the cool digital things, such as host to sync right here. That's going to sync automatically to the tempo of our track. I recorded this at 100 beats per minute. And I'm going to set this at a very simple type of tape delay, a single delay. So the repeats here are going to tell basically the machine how many times you're going to repeat whatever is being read on the read head. This is set to 1, just 1 repetition, but you can increase that obviously. So this is going through that head multiple times. It's reading it multiple times. But we're going to set it to 1 and just 1 head right now. I could select multiple heads, which is going to create multiple tapped delays. We'll use a single one right now. And this area here, that's where really the tone will happen. Because we're dealing with tapes, physical tapes. You remember what I showed you earlier? That tape, anytime it's being recorded over, well, it's losing in its quality. And you can set that with the age button right here. That affects the age of the tape. How long has that tape been used? So let's just give that a try. Increase the age. It's subtle. The really low levels are going to give you a pure type of repetition, not much affected by the quality of the tape. But if you increase that, it adds some kind of a grain to the tone, and you can affect that even more with the health button. The health is going to affect the age of the actual tape machine. As these things age, the tone is going to change it a little bit. There's going to be some imperfections which are actually sought after because they sound unique. So let's increase the health, which is the age of the machine. This is really poor health. A good health, it's a pure sound. Lower health, you can hear that, well, that repetition is affected a little bit. If we increase the wetness, you only hear the repetitions here. You know what I'm talking about? If I increase the health, it's pure sound. I like a lower health. That adds a lot of character. Same with a flutter. The flutter is something that happens with those magnetic tapes here. We can increase it. Lower. So now let's bring back the dry signal, which is what we're actually playing. I like the delay, the repeated notes to be a little bit lower in the mix, like that. The contour is going to affect the bass presence. So sometimes when you're working within a mix, when you're using those tapes, there's an accumulation of bass that happens as you're recording over that tape. You can kind of fix that with the contour. It's kind of like an overall EQ knob that's going to help you just gel your track within other instruments. But right now, it's not super useful. We're just dealing with a simple track. The speed is going to affect the overall tone. You're going to see those reels moving a little bit faster at 30 than 15. I feel that 30 almost emphasizes everything a little bit. I think 15 is a good balance for me. Anyways, that's basically how this works. We're gonna try this in context over different extracts of songs that I'm working on, and hopefully you enjoy what you hear. If you want to find out more about the Soar Delay, visit joeysturgistones.com. There are more samples on there. You can read more about it, and you can also buy it and use it in your own mixes, which is what this is all about. Thanks for watching this. Watch more videos. I got a lot more. I'll see you very soon, and until next time, salut.